Okay, you tuned in again. I don't know why you did that, but for some reason your ears were burning, so you wanted to listen to see what was going on. And we're going to do a throwback, but not a throwback, because if you listened a few years ago, we had some folks in and out of studio. Back again is the Ninja Bonnie Hay, roving reporter, fitness ninja. She beats up people on the side, but you can't tell anyone.
Yeah,
What's going on
let
over
them
there?
think that.
They do know.
Good.
They know
I
that.
said let them think it.
Oh, they know it. They have to think it. They saw the videos.
That's air that I'm beating up, though.
You know, that reminds me. Because back in the old days when Bloodsport came out, that was a thing that my brother would always quote. That thing where when in Bloodsport, when Van Damme goes overseas to go fight and they set the bricks up, and I forget what it's called, but you have to hit the bricks.
Oh yeah.
And he hits the bricks and the brick shoots out the back, and then that Chung Lee guy walks by and says, very good, but brick, not hit back.
I can totally do that. I just haven't, posted it yet.
You don't want to post it yet. You don't want to post that right now. You gotta save.
Save that, huh?
Yeah, save it. What do we got today? We got a lot of stuff. We're gonna briefly mention, since it's kind of past. If you don't know what happened, you've been under a rock. That's your fault, not ours. So the Global Cup has happened. The Americans happened. We'll briefly mention that. There's a few things you might not have known about the American that will throw in your ears. And then we've got some good stories. We've got a couple of good odd news stories, good news stories, a little bit of cattle news that's not really good news, and then we're going to dive into some fitness. So, the Global Cup happened, and Brazil won again. Why does that keep happening?
I know. Man, we got some good riders out there from all over, I guess you could say. And there's, we just knew we had it. And then, boy, they let Jose slip through there, and what's that about? He knew he should have gave it to us, right?
It was so close because they were watching, and who was it that rode? Was it Sage? Was it Sage that rode? Maybe it was Kobaba, and they rode their bulls like, okay, we got it won. As long as Brazil bucks off, but Jose does not buck off very often.
No, yeah, you're right. Very often he don't. No.
So no, Brazil got it, and I talked to him. If you look on the interweb net, you can find it. We posted it around. But I talked to Jose Lemmy after the event, just kind of get his ideas on it, and had to, of course, had to talk through the translator. Had Paulo Krimber translating because he's not. I don't know. They speak some English, but you don't want to do it on a big time worldwide broadcast like this because you don't say the wrong words. So
that's what I was fixing to say. Misquote them, because even I'm like, I could say something that's totally not what they said, and they're so nice not to laugh at me. And it's like, am I going to put my foot in my mouth tonight? Am I going to say something that make me look stupid? It's real. That's kind of like a daily thing for me. So I just have to be real careful with them. And like, now, did you say this, and this?
Well, so the Global Cup was neat. It was here, at AT&T Stadium. So it was the first time on American soil. So that was pretty neat to get to go to that and be a part of it. And then, I guess last week, I just got back from the AT&T Stadium again.
That's right out your back door, right?
Yes, that's the kind of events that I like to go to.
I
like
know.
to go to the ones that I can drive to within an hour or two. That's where I'll go.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a 2-day deal, so it was kind of like like I said, the long round on Saturday, and then kind of the short go championship round on Sunday. And so I didn't go Saturday I watched it on TV. I didn't go Saturday. I just went on Sunday for that. But it was, I don't know, it was still pretty good. It's still pretty good. I mean, there's a lot of storylines happening. You had the breakaway roping for the first time at the American, and that high school girl won that. and got $100,000. Could you imagine being in high school
Wow.
and
She's
then get $100,000 check?
Man, can you imagine? I was thinking when I worked at Sonic in high school getting a $5 tip, but dude, I was thinking, okay, back in, I ain't gonna say how long ago that was because then everybody know how old I am, but $5 then was, woo, that's gas home. You can't get that much in gas to go down your driveway now, but but in high school getting that, but I'm sure she put it in her savings.
Oh, I'm sure.
Wouldn't have.
No, the kids today, I imagine after they had to get on the phone with the tax man on the way Monday morning. I'm sure on Monday morning the tax man was on the phone trying to figure out how to diversify those funds.
Yeah, because that's not just it could be pocket change for some folks, not me.
Yeah.
But, you can't line that up and just okay. Well, this much will go here and this much here, and we're done.
Yeah,
I'd be like,
and that's one of the things people were like, wait a minute, why is the American 2 days? I thought the Iron Cowboy was the day before, but no, they PBR and the American are not as close as they once were. So the Iron Cowboy is in Los Angeles. Yeah. Yeah, the Iron Cowboy went to Los Angeles, and they had it. I guess it was the weekend before the American.
Yeah.
But no, that was another hot topic, I guess, during the American. I think it happened on Saturday was the announcement that this was the first year that whatever the PBR guys won, those points don't count.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so no PBR points during the American counted for the world standing of the PBR.
That's got to be, if you're, expecting that to go in there, that'd be hard to kind of swallow, I'm sure.
Well, and you got to think, if you're in the way the PBR is with, with all the rules and if you're on tour, you got to be at this event, that event. I didn't quite see. I know they had some alternates to replace some of those guys that were at the American, but like for Joao, who won the American, the bull riding at the American, and he wasn't in the top 5 in the world in the PBR, so he was a qualifier. He qualified to be there. So you had the team ropers that were qualifiers that won, and then they had to watch Joao to see if he was going to buck off or he was going to ride, and he rode. So they split that. So they ended up with like $433,000.
Wow.
So if for some reason I didn't get the details, I didn't ask a lot of questions because it didn't concern me because I wasn't being fined. So I didn't double check to see if Joel was getting fined from PBR for not being at the event. But with $433,000 that day, I'm pretty sure if he is getting a fine, he can cover it.
Yeah. But that's a question you may not want to ask because you may not understand what he says, and he might say something different.
Yeah. So I didn't want to ask him, but in the shootout round there, the only other 2 riders that were in the shootout round was Kaiki Pacheco and Cody Till. So you got 4 that go back to shootout round. We only had 3 guys that covered from the long round.
Oh man!
And if you want a fun fact for the American, for all of you folks out there that like the fun facts, fun fact is this: Haley Kinsel, who won the barrel race at the American. Yeah, she won the NFR. She won the barrel racing at the American. On Sunday, they're in the 8 round because they run the 8 run on Sunday. The top 4 come back for the short round. During the top 8 round, her horse threw a shoe. So between the 8 round and the 4 round, they were back there scrambling, trying to figure out how they can get the shoe back on the horse.
Wow.
So she probably had about an hour's time between the long round and the short round for them to get back there and figure out how to get that shoe back on the horse. They got the shoe back on, and short story long, she wins the American.
Nice.
So
I can't imagine running a 5K and losing my shoe.
Yeah.
I'll just keep on going.
Just yeah, just make sure you're not running on hot asphalt when it's 107 degrees outside in the summertime.
No, me, I'll tell you a fun fact about running. I was right at my driveway, and I always do, 3 or more miles, and I was like, oh, there's my driveway, whew. And I looked down and looked back up for a split second. And don't ever do that, because I went face first. and a car was passing. That's my fun fact.
If that car passed, I'm sure there's a video somewhere.
Oh, no, it's on YouTube somewhere, with my address and everything.
Yeah, everybody is filming when they're driving.
That's comforting. And, they didn't even come back to check on me, probably because they were laughing. Because I actually waved, too, so that makes it even worse. I was trying to be cool, and instead, no, I face planted. At least I didn't have a long walk, embarrassing walk home.
No
or
long
painful.
Walk of shame there. Yeah. So what else is going on over there where you are? That's enough rambling about rodeo stuff that happened. What's going on out there? What do you got going on? You got some fitness stuff, some ninja stuff?
If we're gonna, me and my fitness, I love to just jump right in. So I've got a new thing I'm training for right now, and talk about stepping out of your comfort zone. Like, I'm gonna do my first fitness competition. It was scheduled for May, but I've pushed it back only because my daughter's getting married that day, and I figured I better pick one. So, I was like, well, I guess I'll switch my date. And she said, oh, wait, Mom. I said, no, I'm only paying for one wedding, so you better, we'll just stick with that date. So September is my big. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm all wrapped up in one, and I'm walking out on stage, so I'm not going to look up and look down and wave at nobody because I might trip. That really would be on YouTube. Competition bloopers, Bonnie Hay #1. But I love to put it all in there together. So of course I've got a rodeo in August. I'm gonna be over here at PRCA in Winsboro. I want to go, check that out. That's August, I think the first or second week of August, and I'll probably do my Alzheimer's and maybe our Western Sports Foundation and do some interviews, do a little bit of all of it, why not? And these are some hometown, and actually that's where the DeMoss brothers over there with Buckshot Sims, they started riding over there, so it's been going for years, that rodeo. So there's a lot of people I know, a lot of people I grew up with, that'll be out there. I think that's the next rodeo I'll be at. I've got I have DC coming up in end of March for the Alzheimer's Association. So, me, I like to be everywhere and have so much going on that I lose myself. My mama told me one time, she said, you got so much going, you're going to pass yourself coming back. I said, I did, and I told her, hey, get some sleep for me.
Well, yeah, you gotta stay busy. Stay busy. Always have something to do.
Oh, that is me. I mean, Bailey keeps me on my toes for sure. He was actually working out with my client yesterday, so I train them early, right?
You got to get them in shape. That way you don't have them waiting around or talking about it later like a lot of them do. They talk about it, but they don't want to do anything about it.
Exactly, and
I know it.
Quick fix.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know a guy, and his wife is always complaining about needing to go to the gym. They're always telling me how they're complaining about they need to go. We need to go. I said, well, you can talk about going all you want to, but you just got to go. You can't talk about it. You just got to do it.
Yep.
And speaking of doing it, RFD TV, I almost forgot about this a while ago. We're talking about the American. The Cheyenne Frontier Days is going to air on RFD this year.
Yeah, I want to go one day so bad.
And also, RFD is going to stir the pot because they want to stir the pot. So they're going to put on a rodeo and bring some rodeo to New York to Madison Square Garden.
What?
Talk about ruffling some feathers up there in New York.
Wait, when are they wanting to do that?
Oh, I was reading about it earlier. They made the announcement earlier today. I want to say
the same day as Cheyenne?
No, it's going to be Madison Square Garden is going to be. I thought it was going to be in June. Is it June of this year or June of next year? Maybe it's June 2020. It's either this June or next June. I think. I want to say 2020, but I don't think it's going to be this as fast as this year. But yeah, they're planning on putting on a big rodeo up there at Madison Square Garden in New York City.
I know when country come to town, I go up there.
Well, when PBR goes to Madison Square Garden, it's a pretty interesting event because you have a lot of folks from both sides of the globe. Yeah, people know about stuff, people that don't know about stuff, and it always makes for interesting conversations.
Oh,
I guess you could say. But that's something that's coming on up there. Also, something coming up there. I think you've got a story about a horse up there somewhere. Is it in New York? Or is it
let me see.
You got something over there. I guess while you're digging that up, cattle news. I don't have much cattle news. This episode is really not much going on in the cattle market other than the China stuff. Still kind of figuring out what's going to go on with that, with the beef and China deal. And as far as cattle prices, as always, you can jump on the website at pepperstewart.com, click on livestock market, and you're going to see most of the sale reports from North Texas, Central Texas, Oklahoma, and Louisiana. They're all in there, and don't waste your time looking because the prices are still low. So if you want to go buy some cows, go do it. If you want to sell some cows, don't do it because you're not going to get anything. It's bad.
Yeah. Well, I found it. So it was Massachusetts. Say that fast 5 times. But
I can't.
Me either. I can't hardly say it once. I think I say it too slow, actually. So police worked together with members of the public in Massachusetts to rescue a horse that fell through the ice of a frozen pond. Oh, a poor thing. The Warren Police Department said officers responded alongside personnel from the Warren Highway Department and Warren Fire Department when dispatch received a call about a horse in distress Tuesday. The rescuers, together with members of the public, well, that's pretty cool. People went in there to help. Just right now it's 40 degrees outside, and I would not go step in my mama's creek for nothing, okay? Okay, that was so country, wasn't it? That's okay. Everybody knows where I'm from. The rescuers, together with members of the public, were able to use a backhoe to break up the ice and return the horse to solid ground within about 15 minutes. The horse did not appear to be injured and was back on its feet within minutes, rescuers said. Its owner was able to walk the animal back to his barn. Now, that happened to one of us. We're done. I'm done for. I got to go to bed. You want me to walk? What?
There is no way. It's got to be. I don't know. It's got to be real bad before I get in the cold in frozen water because even the shower's got to be 150 degrees before I get in it. I don't know how.
Was thirsty, okay, and didn't realize. I bet his tongue stuck to the frozen pond first, and that's what happened.
I guess he's walking out there. Of course, it is further north, so I imagine their ice is a little thicker than what we get down here. But
well, maybe.
I guess the horse kind of walked out there to get something to drink, and it's poop.
He said, just like the little boy on the Christmas Story.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna imitate that. No.
But that's a good deal, and they got some folks involved, so got them in, got them out. It's always a good story when they get them out. I see videos like that all the time.
Hey, that's true. Horse lovers or animal lovers to get out there and help out. Some folks be like, "Oh, I think they got it. I'll just watch over here and supervise in my car."
If I need to call somebody, let me know, and I got my phone.
Yeah.
I need to call. I can call somebody.
It's a little different than a cat stuck in a tree. So.
Yeah, them cats. I don't get that. The cat runs up in the tree, sits in the top, and then doesn't come back down.
Yeah. They forget that quick how they got up there.
They don't remember.
Yep.
Have trouble remembering. A lot of people have trouble remembering too, especially if they know what their name is. Like, how can you forget your name? And I've seen this happen before with people and their names, because if somebody's name sounds like somebody else's name, like when I was watching the semifinals of the American over in Fort Worth, and Tom Cruise was roping. So there's a guy named Tom Cruise that's roping. So I'm just wondering.
That's so funny.
So does he have trouble when he goes to talk to somebody? Like, hey, I'm Tom Cruise.
They're like, yeah, right. Okay, what movie are you in right now? Because they're going to think, they see him, they might think he's like in a Western or something.
Yeah. So
this is a remake of Top Gun, but we're riding horses.
So I'm guessing that it often happens that somebody, common folk, will have the same name as a celebrity. Somebody that's in the news or in the media.
Mm-hmm. I get that all the time. There's so many Bonnie farmers.
Yeah, so I guess that happens, and apparently it happened to some girl in Seattle. That's in Washington. That's way up there too.
Oh yeah, the Meghan Trainor.
Is she really a trainer?
No.
Can you be called trainer if you're not really a trainer?
Don't she sing that song all about that bass? So she's doing glutes. You know that.
Yeah.
She's doing something because she's talking about the bass.
Well, what happened to this one is an artist in Seattle has the same name as the All About That Bass Meghan Trainor. But she got locked out of her YouTube, her Gmail, and her Twitter account for impersonation.
I'd be like, no, she's impersonating me.
Yeah, well, she says, so this Meghan Trainor said that she was abused when the singer of the same name jumped on the music scene about 5 years ago. But her amusement wore thin when Google told her that her accounts, Gmail, YouTube, Google Drive, and her calendar were disabled for impersonating a celebrity.
That's crazy. I would be so mad. I get mad when I'm like, get locked out of mine and I'm not near, like what?
Yeah.
And it's because I put something in wrong. Oh, that's not how I spell my name. I've only had that email for 10 years. I don't know how I messed up.
Yeah, I don't know how they took it, but she, well, see, this artist, she's an artist too, who also, performs under the same name.
Okay, I had a blonde moment. I thought you meant she was a painter.
Well, she might be drawing pictures of singers. Well, she got upset and went to Twitter and went off, because I guess that's what you do when you're on Twitter. When you want to go off and complain about something, you go on Twitter. I guess that's what you do now in 2019, whether you're cooking.
I wonder if she had enough letters.
Jack in the Box. I don't know.
Was it 140?
Is it 100? Is there 140 characters now?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be more than that. She didn't get the hashtag much, but I bet it was probably foul language anyway.
Yeah, not many hashtags. She airs her frustration over the submissions on Twitter, which also suspended her for the same reason. So she was able to get her accounts back after the initial media attention, and now she's fighting for social networks to offer digital verification for people who share the same name as celebrities.
Oh my goodness.
So you can give that to Megan. If you've got the name of someone else who has a bigger name than your name, you can give a thumbs up to Meghan Trainor, who had a Twitter rant like everyone else in 2019. Everybody goes on rants. I don't know why you rant on Twitter. Because I don't understand. I guess because on Instagram you can't rant. Unless you put a picture or something. So I guess if you rant
It's
on
going to be a
Twitter,
really bad emoji. You're going to take a picture of it and then put your rant. That's about all I can think of.
And then just start rambling about whatever it is. Oh man, yeah. I guess it gets the point across. I don't know. Apparently it works because every time I turn the news on, they're complaining about somebody tweeting about something. So it's always.
That's when I flip it. I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Let me go watch my shows.
I can't do politics because politics to me just seems too dumb. That's why we've never done it on the show because it doesn't make sense. You got too many people complaining about complaining.
Yep, too many different ideas, and that's just going to get bad. Yeah, too many people think they're right.
I'll leave that to Chad. He likes doing that.
There you go. I'm one of those. I don't want to make nobody mad. I don't want to. When I was a hairdresser, that long time ago, that we actually learned that in school to not talk religion or politics with clients because you don't know where it's going to go and you can end up cutting an ear off. So, and they had a sign, enter at your own risk, pretty much when we were in beauty school. Like, hey, not our fault. They're learning. But yeah, that was like actually on our state test. Like, true or false, do you do this, and we did, which I never did anyway, but, some people had to be told, and then they didn't listen.
And it makes sense, and that's one of that's two of the big three that are brought up a lot of times in conversation, that whenever you're talking to people, whether you're visiting relatives or you're just hanging out with people, that, that's three topics you try to avoid, unless you're at church. Or at a political or a politic rally, then that's fine. But you want to avoid politics, and you want to avoid religion, and you want to avoid money, because those three will always end up with.
We're all human, and it's gonna,
Somebody's gonna cry, or somebody's gonna get punched in the mouth.
Somebody's gonna get their undies in a wad, and it's gonna be bad. And then you lost a friend.
And that's what happens to us. So, what else you got going on other than the fitness? How's the fitness stuff going? You got a lot of classes going, or?
Yeah, I actually, since I was on the show last, I've picked up an extra class on Monday. So I have my 5:30 tone-in, which is like a full body workout, and then we have 15 minutes to take a breather because I feel it, so I know if I'm feeling it, I know they are. And we take about 15 minutes, and we go into my next class, which is heavy bag, and that's so much fun. It's just punching the bag for 30 minutes. We punch, kick, everything, and it's another full body. So within an hour, you've had, because the first class is 45 minutes, so an hour and a half, you've had a full workout. You've done your weights, you've done everything, your cardio, you're good to go home, take a shower, go to bed. What do? Sometimes I come home and I've finished my lifting. So, I do another workout when I get home. And people that I'm sharing my workouts with my watch, my Apple Watch, they're like, What are you doing? Go to bed. I had one girl message me one night because go to bed. Like, really? And then I was like, sorry, I'm wired when I get home, and then because I keep Bailey, I got the grandbaby, so I can't do my workouts during the day, or, oh, my gosh, that boy would be into everything. So I have to wait till, he goes home and I'm done with class. But Tuesday, I'm just, I still train my two ladies 3 days a week, and then I have my Thursday kickboxing, which is fun, and what I've started doing in those, I'm trying to come up with more, choreography, like we did Watch Me Whip, Watch Me Nay-Nay. Yeah, I can't do whip or nay-nay, and so I just made up a kickboxing to it. I can't do the real thing, but I can kickbox to it. And we did the Cupid Shuffle, which it makes it, I'm trying to make workout fun because you have, in my classes, I have all ages, all shapes and sizes. I have so many people that are like, well, you go too fast. I was like, well, you don't have to keep up with me. But if you're in there and you're moving, that's all that matters. Keep your body going. It's good. It's great for you physically, but it's even better for you mentally and emotionally because it's just an outlet. It's mine, to filter all the negativity of the day or whatever happened at work, especially those bags, man. Them women hit it more than harder than some of the guys. Like, I don't know where they work, don't want to go, but the bags is the best class, I think. But, and then, of course, I still do my silver sneakers on Friday mornings. They are so much fun. Like, I had to change my time. I had to set it back a little bit because of my meetings. My Alzheimer's meetings are, the first Friday of the month. So I asked them, and they're like, well, I don't know if we can come because, my silver sneakers like to be in there early, get it done, and then do whatever for the rest of the day. Well,
yeah,
they're like, hey, I got this to do, and I was having like 12, 13 when it started, dropping. One day I had one. I about cried. I was like, what is going on? So I told my boss, I said, hey, I'm switching it back to 9:30. I texted them all. They were all back in there the next week. I said, okay, so now we changed, we're going to try to change the Alzheimer's meeting so I can do both because, of course, they're both my passion, And so but it's a busy, my days are swamped in a sense with, Bailey's walking now, so he is seriously into everything. And, my classes and my training, but I love it. I love all of it because I can't imagine sitting here or doing, I'm not, and nothing against 8 to 5. I just can't do 8 to 5. I tried it. It didn't work for me. And then I became a hairdresser, and it was like 10 to sometimes 8 at night. And I remember I had somebody say, it must be nice to come in at 10 o'clock. I said, yeah, it is, because when you're home with your kids and you're having supper and everything, I'm still working. And they're like, well, I was just playing. It's like, okay. And I do have scissors in my hand. I'm getting right at your ear. Do you really want to say something else? No.
You have to Mike Tyson with those ears.
I know, right? Like, I did not mean to turn your hair blue. It was a total accident.
I guess it makes sense because last time I got a haircut, I guess last week or maybe a week or so ago, whenever it was, I went there to get a haircut. So I put on my haircutting clothes because I got to put on haircutting clothes when I go get my haircut, because if I don't put on a T-shirt and I go in there with a regular shirt on, I guess with a collared shirt, they never shave my neck. Yeah, They never shave my neck off because the collar's there. So I put on I had to get done feeding cows and put on my haircutting clothes, and I go up there, and the girl's cutting my hair, and she's standing there. She's like, so did you just get off work? I was like, no, I've been feeding cows, so I got all that done. I come up here to get my hair cut. She goes, oh, okay. And she talks about something for about a minute or two, and she gets quiet. And she stands there, and she says, so, you just get off work? I'm like, what? And then she just kind of looked and goes, did I already ask that question?
Girl.
So I was thinking, do I say you did?
Or just answer it again?
Yeah, and make her feel dumb? Or I was like, oh,
I've done that.
Yeah. Like, no, I just decided to come on here and get it. It was time. She's like, I think I might have asked you. I think I asked you already. Are you sure you didn't ask you that? No, you're fine. Just don't stab me in the back of the head with a scissors.
No kidding. That's when you answer it again. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Well, so what's going on with you since you took your little break, since you fired me the last time? No, I'm playing.
Fired everyone. I fired everyone. That's what happened.
I know. No, I was like, God, what is this, a midlife crisis going on? What the heck? No.
Well, it kind of is, because I'm old now. I'm not old now, but I mean.
Don't say that, dude. We're around the same age.
I got to the point where I was tired of doing the same old. You know, the show, and a lot of people was like, well, what happened to the show? And well, the show was still top. You know, and it's still, even in reruns on Farm Race TV, it's still up there in the top 10, most of the time the top 5. And it just got to the point where I wanted to do something else. I got tired of going and covering all these rodeos and watching everybody else compete. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I'm getting up there, and I don't want to keep doing this and then miss the opportunities. I haven't won an event or anything since 2012, and that was back right as the show was turning from a podcast into a TV show.
Yeah.
And that was the last time that I was really doing anything, and that was when I won the a ranch horse competition over there at the state fair. And that was 2012. It's 2019 now.
That's cool. Yeah. I mean, I've never competed barrel racing. I grew up play day and watched my brother went to rodeos, watched him, ride bulls and everything, but you get, when you're there, it makes you want to ride. It makes, it did me. I wish I had. My aunt still competes. My great-grandmother I told you about at 92. So sitting on the sidelines, that's hard when you want to get out there and do it yourself. Yeah. Now, I didn't want to get out and ride some bulls or nothing like that, but just ride.
Well, no, you see the stuff going on, I want to do something, but what a lot of people don't realize, unless you're in the media or you're in the broadcasting or in the TV stuff, there's a lot of work that goes into that. There's a lot of stuff that goes into putting shows together. There's a lot of stuff that goes in to the preparation, to the schedule, from scheduling to editing to guest content, and it's a beating. Between that and taking care of cows all the time, you run out of time. And so I just thought, I'll take a break and do a little less, I guess. And that's kind of what happened when everybody kind of dissipated. Like when you said you got fired, but everybody didn't get fired. Everybody had the opportunity to go do whatever else they wanted to do.
Yeah.
And not be stuck waiting on me to do something. And so that's kind of what I did. So that's kind of what happened. Everybody dispersed.
Yeah.
I was gonna delete all my social media stuff, which I deleted most of it. And then some of the media folks wanted to keep it and wanted to take it. So the name changed. Got a name change on it. So the name changed, and then they kind of took it over, and I left the country for a while, which that was good. Got out of the States, left, went to Ireland for, I don't know, a couple of weeks. And,
oh, yeah, you really did leave the country. That's right. I thought you were making a joke.
No.
I forgot I saw the photos.
Yeah, so we went to Ireland for a while, and that was really good. And then I came back and, took another, I don't know, couple of months off, and then, as they do every year, because, I've worked with the Americans since it first started, done promotion stuff with them, and in the last few years working with the PBR, and so those events started coming around, and when they contact you to say, hey, what are we doing this year? You're not gonna tell them nothing.
Right.
So, I jumped back in the studio after it had already been torn down. Mm-hmm. Got a few things put together and just gonna roll. I think we'll roll like this with audio for a little while. We'll have the Pepper and Bonnie show going. I don't know. We'll do once or twice a month, something like that. We'll keep folks entertained for a little while.
Yeah, I want to let people know too about the your new Instagram, to follow that, and the fitness one we have. There's some, and we encourage folks to message us some of your stuff, before and after photos. We want to really brag on everybody. I put these videos out there and of my classes and stuff, and tag people, and some people are like, oh. I said, but just think of the inspiration you're giving somebody else that's sitting at home scared to death to come do this because they think it's intimidating, and it's not. It's fun. I'm goofy. I'm going to make you laugh, believe me, because I'll mess up, I'll do something wrong, but I keep it fun because so many people think that working out is a dread, but it's really fun. So, I want to, put our, all that fitness stuff out there and encourage, because like your story and mine, we both came from, I had kids and I had to do all that, and I struggled with eating disorders and everything, and you had, your free workout stuff that you know, and you're before and after. So, you know, we both have a story that we could inspire folks, and then it goes down the line like that. So it's all one word on the Instagram, isn't it? Bucking Fitness.
Yeah, there's the Bucking Fitness. There's a Bucking Fitness Facebook and Instagram, and then there's the Texas Ranch Rodeo Weekly Instagram. I had the old Instagram was the one that got taken over by the other people, but you know, the last couple of big events been going on, and everybody's doing the media stuff. So like, well, where we're gonna put this stuff?
Right.
So, well, just make another one, put it out there. And so they're all out there, and a lot of the stuff you can link to. If you go to paperstewart.com, you can link to a lot of that stuff. And but there's places they can look. I guess people can go to and look up and connect. And that's another thing I've noticed. You know, like with the Bucking Fitness page and the Bucking Fitness stuff, is there's people that will actually go in there and send questions and ask about stuff. I just want to know how to do stuff, how to eat, and you know, that's always helpful.
It really is, because I tell you, that's the main thing I always say. You know, that eating is 80 to 90% of your weight loss journey, because the diet is so important, because you cannot go and eat a burger and fries, and no offense, because believe me, I ate my share, but you can't go and eat all that and then work out and then go eat that. Like, hey, I had a good workout, I'm gonna reward myself now. You can't do that, because your body's like, wait a minute. it just, you know, so the diet is so important to how you, and not just for your physical and working out, but for your, you know, your heart, your arteries, you know, that's what I tell so many people in my classes and my clients is, I'm here to make you feel better. I want to get you off the blood pressure medicine. I don't want you to be a diabetic anymore. I want you to have a clean bill of health, because that keeps you here longer with your family. That's my main goal. That's what I always, you know, we like to encourage folks on there. And like you said, we, you know, send us questions, post on there, post on our Facebook page, and then message us on our Instagram, and we'll totally give you a shout out and let people see your journey. I think that'd be a great thing. Well, if you look at it too, real quick, because we try to keep it about rodeo and athletes in the rodeo. It's for everybody, really, anybody. But in all those events, you've got to maintain a little bit. You know, you've got to maintain a healthy lifestyle in a sense. You don't have to be extreme about it, but some kind of healthiness because of what you're doing. You're an athlete.
If you look back an episode, if you flip back an episode, you'll see, you'll be able to hear the interview that Bonnie did with Tilden Hooper before the American, and they talked a little bit about rodeo and a lot about fitness and health and stuff like that. So that's something you guys might want to look into. And other than that, all the information you can find about everything else going on is at pepperstewart.com. While you're there, take a look at the links, visit the sponsors and partners that keep these episodes on the air for you guys and for free.